honored to have known him and shared what we did together.
Meet the women who were part of Prince's world, his collaborators, muses, and even his lovers. From dancers like Misty.
He was like, girl, like, this is incredible. Like, you have all eyes on you. Being unique and being different is such a power that you hold by being the only Black woman in the company. And I was like, oh, well, I've never thought about it
and
that
Prince
way.
knew exactly what he was talking about.
To superstar Oscar-winning actresses like Kim Basinger, to philanthropists like Manuela Testolini, who's also a lawyer, by the way.
My name is Manuela Testolini, and I'm the founder and president of the In a Perfect World Foundation.
These women were more than just a part of Prince's creative empire. They shaped their own destinies in the process. Each one brought something unique to the table, making their mark in music, film, and beyond.
I don't know any other man that could wear eyeliner and wear heels and be a cool dude. It's not gonna happen again.
Let's start off with Mayte Garcia. Mayte Garcia's life is like scrolling through a highlight reel of talent. She's danced, acted, sung, basically crushed every corner of the entertainment world. Let's rewind to the start. This queen was belly dancing like a pro at 3 years old. By 7, she hit TV as the youngest belly dancer to ever do it. Fast forward to her teen years, and she was a top ballerina in Germany, living that jet-set life. Then in the early 90s, the ultimate glow-up happened, joining Prince's crew, the new power generation. Suddenly, she was front and center in his tours and music videos, turning heads left and right. But her talents don't stop at dancing. She's shown up in movies like Firehouse Dog and Life is Hot in Cracktown, and popped into shows like Psych, Army Wives, and Nip Tuck. Oh, and let's not forget her starring moment on VH1's Hollywood X's, where she gave everyone a peek into her post-spotlight world. Music? She's got that covered too. Mayte dropped her album Child of the Sun in the 90s and was even a behind-the-scenes powerhouse, helping with songs and vocals on Prince's projects. When she's not slaying the stage or screen, she's saving animals and teaching belly dance. Talk about multitasking royalty. Now, her story with Prince? That's next level. They connected after he saw her dance in a video, and the rest was history. Their relationship was filled with love, but also some heartbreaking moments. They welcomed a son who tragically passed shortly after birth, and later experienced another loss. These struggles put their relationship under major pressure, and they eventually split. Still, they kept things cool and stayed connected through their shared work.
I'm honored to have known him and shared what we did together.
These days, Mayte's thriving in her own lane. She adopted her daughter, Gia, a few years back, found love again with Danish jazz pianist Niels Lan Doky, and continues honoring Prince's legacy through charity work. Oh, and there's a biopic on her life coming soon. So yeah, her story's far from over.
My name is Manuela Testolini, and I'm the founder and president of the In a Perfect World Foundation.
Next, Manuela Testolini. Manuela Testolini is basically the blueprint for balancing brains, business, and a huge heart. She's a Canadian lawyer turned philanthropist who decided the courtroom wasn't it for her and shifted gears into making the world a better place. Her big heart for charity work kicked off when she started volunteering at a homeless shelter. Fast forward, and she's the founder of the In a Perfect World Foundation, which helps at-risk kids in places like Haiti, Nepal, and Africa get access to education and opportunities. Oh, and her foundation's got trophies. Think awards from big names like United Communities Against Poverty and Boys and Girls Clubs of America. When she's not saving the world, Manuela's running her own socially conscious business, Gamilla Inc., which is all about building cultural and economic connections. Oh, and she started a designer candle line under the same name because, why not? Multitasking queen. Manuela and Prince shared a bond that started with their mutual love for giving back. They met while she was consulting for his charity, love for one another, and their connection quickly turned into something deeper. Eventually, they tied the knot, and their relationship was all about teaming up to make the world a better place. Prince even gave Manuela the push to launch her own foundation, In a Perfect World.
My name is Manuela Testolini, and I'm the founder and president of the In a Perfect World Foundation.
Though their marriage didn't last, their friendship did. Even after they went their separate ways, they stayed supportive of each other's missions. When Prince passed away, It hit Manuela hard. But she's kept his memory alive by continuing the work they both cared so much about, building schools and spreading the love of music through her foundation.
And I want the state of women to look like a place where young girls truly know their worth, and for them to really embrace their power.
These days, Manuela's killing it with her foundation and business ventures, while also living her best life with her husband, singer-songwriter Eric Bennett. Together, they're traveling the globe and keeping that give-back energy alive. Next up is Kim Basinger. Kim Basinger's career, total icon status. From modeling to movie star to Oscar winner, she's done it all and made it look effortless. She started out slaying the modeling game in New York before making the switch to acting. After popping up in TV classics like Charlie's Angels, she made her big screen splash in Never Say Never Again as a Bond girl. Instant star power. Then came The Natural with Robert Redford, and by the mid-'80s, she was the talk of Hollywood. Oh, and let's not forget her steamy role in 9.5 Weeks, or her turn as Vicky Vale in Batman, an absolute standout in Tim Burton's Gotham.
I might have some trouble with that. A lot of people think you're as dangerous as the Joker.
But the real game changer? LA Confidential. Kim nailed her role as Lynn Bracken, snagging an Oscar and Golden Globe, and proving she wasn't just a pretty face. She was the real deal. Outside of Hollywood, Kim's been just as legendary. She's a huge animal lover and has teamed up with groups like PETA to fight for their rights. Plus, she's lent her talents to TV projects and even voiced characters in quirky shows like Comrade Detective. Now let's talk about her whirlwind connection with Prince. They crossed paths in the late 80s when Prince was working on the Batman soundtrack. Their bond quickly turned personal, with Kim even considering trading her Hollywood life to move closer to him in Minneapolis. But family stepped in, and things didn't last long. Still, Kim's always spoken highly of Prince and their time together. These days, Kim's keeping it low-key, focusing on family and herself. She recently celebrated her daughter Ireland Baldwin's baby shower and is gearing up for grandma life. How cute is that? She's also been open about her struggles with agoraphobia, proving she's as human as the rest of us. A true Hollywood legend with a heart. Up next, Carmen Electra.
I was so nervous. I was nervous the first time I met him. I was auditioning for an all-girl band that he was putting together at the time, and
Carmen Electra is the definition of an all-rounder. Actress, model, singer, dancer, and always turning heads. Before she became the bombshell we all know, she was just Tara Lee Patrick from Ohio. But that all changed when she crossed paths with Prince. Yes, that Prince. He discovered her talent, gave her the name Carmen Electra, and basically helped launch her into the spotlight. Prince didn't just stop at giving her a name. He produced her debut album, styled her, directed her music videos, and turned her into a total pop culture moment. Their connection wasn't just professional, though. It also got personal. But even when they went their separate ways, Carmen never held back on how much she appreciated his influence on her life. After that, Carmen went on to dominate screens everywhere. From running in slow-mo on Baywatch to cracking us up in parody movies like Scary Movie and Epic Movie, she became a household name. She also hosted MTV's Singled Out, danced with the Pussycat Dolls, and appeared in plenty of hit films that had her fans hooked. Plus her Playboy appearances. Let's just say she had the whole world talking. These days, Carmen's still out there doing her thing. She's got her own skincare line, Go-Go Skincare, and she's been killing it on OnlyFans, where she's all about connecting directly with her fans. Oh, and let's not forget her recent red carpet moment, where she absolutely shined. Carmen's always been about owning her spotlight, and it doesn't look like she's slowing down anytime soon. Next is Sheila E.
Why was Prince a vampire?
Well, it wasn't that. It's just we never slept. I mean, we had so much fun. We had so much in common. So we loved to be in the studio at all hours of the night.
Sheila E. grew up surrounded by music, literally. Her dad is the legendary percussionist Pete Escovedo, so rhythm practically runs in her veins. She kicked off her career playing with her dad's band, Azteca, and by the time she hit the scene, everyone knew she was a star in the making. Big names like George Duke and Herbie Hancock took notice, and she was off to a killer start in the industry. Then came Prince. The two met back in the day, and he was instantly blown away by her skills. They teamed up in the 80s, and Sheila became one of his closest collaborators. Prince even produced her debut album, featuring the iconic track, The Glamorous Life. It shot her into the spotlight as a solo artist, and she followed it up with bangers like A Love Bizarre, which she co-wrote with him. Sheila and Prince shared a connection that went way beyond music. It was deep, creative, and full of mutual respect. They first crossed paths when Sheila was performing with her dad, Pete Escovedo. Prince caught one of their shows, saw her talent, and was instantly hooked. They clicked right away, kicking off a friendship that would evolve into one of the most iconic partnerships in music. Prince later produced Sheila's breakout album, The Glamorous Life, giving her that career-defining title track. From there, their work together was pure magic. Sheila joined him on the Purple Rain tour and dropped hits like A Love Bizarre on her second album, which they wrote together. And yes, Prince was so smitten that he even proposed during a European tour. But instead of going all in on romance, they decided to stick to their creative partnership and friendship. Even after they parted ways romantically, the two remained tight, performing and collaborating for years. Sheila has always credited Prince for shaping her artistry, and his passing hit her hard. She's spoken often about the massive impact he had on her life, both as a friend and as a creative force. These days, Sheila's still going strong. She's released a salsa project called Bailar, teaming up with icons like Gloria Estefan, and she's touring like a boss. Plus, her work with underprivileged kids through her foundation proves she's just as much about heart as she is about talent.
I bought this in an antique store in New York about 5 years ago. It was a complete block. It was really, really ugly. It looked like grandma's dress, really.
Yeah.
And I said, oh, I think I could do something with that. It was about $50, and I had to take it in. The Japanese girl, she took it in for me.
Well, she took it in very well.
Next is Denise Matthews. Denise Matthews, aka Vanity, was a triple threat. A singer, model, and actress who ruled the 80s with her bold energy and stunning looks. Originally from Niagara Falls, she started out as a beauty queen and model before chasing bigger dreams in New York. She hit the big leagues when Prince discovered her and made her the front woman of Vanity 6. Their hit Nasty Girl turned heads and landed them on the music map. But Vanity ditched the group to fly solo soon after. Her solo career? A mix of hits and headlines. With 2 albums under her belt, Wild Animal and Skin on Skin, she dropped tracks like Pretty Mess and Mechanical Emotion. She even lit up the big screen with roles in The Last Dragon and Action Jackson, proving she wasn't just about music. Denise and Prince had a major connection that kicked off in the early 80s. The two met at the American Music Awards in 1980, and Prince was instantly smitten by her talent and energy. He invited her to join his crew and put together the girl group Vanity 6, with her fronting as the lead singer. Their track, Nasty Girl, blew up, and Vanity quickly became a major name in the music scene. Their relationship was a mix of business and pleasure. Prince produced Vanity's solo albums Wild Animal and Skin on Skin, and she even helped write parts of the script for Purple Rain, where she was originally meant to play the lead female role. But things shifted, and by 1983, their romantic relationship ended, with Apollonia taking over the role. Still, Prince and Vanity stayed tight, and he always spoke highly of her, showing how much he admired her, even after they parted ways. But Vanity's story took a sharp turn. After struggling with drugs and serious health problems, she found faith and reinvented herself, leaving her Hollywood days behind. She shared her incredible journey in her book, Blame It on Vanity, and became an evangelist, helping others find purpose. When she passed away, Prince honored her with a heartfelt tribute during one of his shows, proving their bond stayed strong till the end. From pop icon to spiritual guide, Denise Matthews' life was anything but ordinary. Next is Susannah Melvoin.
So connected in a way he'd never been. Like, we were playing guitar together in our socks and underwear on the bed.
Susannah Melvoin, the singer and songwriter with some serious music cred, is best known for her close connection to Prince in the 80s. She's from a totally musical family. Her twin sister Wendy played guitar for Prince's band, The Revolution, and their dad was a jazz pianist. So yeah, music runs deep in the Melvoin blood. Susannah's big moment in the spotlight came when she joined Prince's side project, The Family, as a lead vocalist. She also had a hand in some of his classic albums like Parade and Sign of the Times, providing backing vocals on some of his biggest tracks. But it was her personal connection to Prince that really made waves. Prince wrote the iconic song, Nothing Compares to You about her. That track later became a massive hit when Sinead O'Connor took it to another level in the 90s. Susannah and Prince's story started in the mid-80s thanks to her twin sister Wendy, who was in Prince's band, The Revolution. Prince was instantly drawn to Susannah and they clicked right away. He even wrote Nothing Compares to You about her, a song that later became a huge hit when Sinead O'Connor covered it. Susannah and Prince had a romantic thing going on for a while, and they even got briefly engaged. While they were together, Susannah became a key part of Prince's side project, The Family, sharing lead vocals. She also backed vocals on some of his iconic albums like Parade and Sign of the Times. Even after their romance fizzled out, they stayed close and kept working together, maintaining their musical bond.
We all wanted to work. We all wanted to be creative. And I think that it was, I remember him saying, specifically saying, well, let's put a band together.
Today, Susannah is still in the music game, collaborating with artists like Roger Waters, Eric Clapton, and Madonna. She's also done some vocals for her sister Wendy's albums and keeps busy with creative projects. Still a respected name in music, Susannah continues to add her unique flavor to the industry and doesn't seem to be slowing down anytime soon. Next is Apollonia Cotero.
And why he would call me on his birthday, I don't know. He would always call me on his birthday. What are you doing? And then I would say, oh, happy birthday. I always wish him a happy. I don't celebrate birthdays. My religion doesn't allow me to celebrate.
Apollonia Cotero, aka the ultimate Purple Rain Queen, made her mark in Hollywood after landing the lead role in Prince's 1984 classic. She didn't just act, she owned the screen as Apollonia, and it was a total game changer for her career. After Purple Rain, Apollonia became the face of Prince's girl group, Apollonia 6, and dropped the hit song, Sex Shooter. She went on to work on music, but acting was also her thing, with spots in shows like Falcon Crest and The Twilight Zone. Oh, and she even got behind the camera producing and directing her own projects. Apollonia's story with Prince kicked off when she auditioned for the lead role in his iconic Purple Rain after Vanity dropped out. While they never went beyond being friends, their on-screen chemistry was undeniable, and Prince even wrote Take Me With You for her. Post-movie, the two remained close, with Prince forming the girl group Apollonia 6 and making her the lead singer. They dropped the album Apollonia 6, and despite never dating, Prince always referred to her as family. They kept in touch with regular phone calls and visits. Apollonia did admit, though, that she had a little crush on him at one point, but the friendship, that stuck. These days, Apollonia is still working her magic in the entertainment world, hosting a podcast on YouTube where she shares everything from career insights to behind-the-scenes stories. She's always been a force to be reckoned with, and that's not changing anytime soon.
He was like, girl, like, this is incredible. Like, you have all eyes on you. Being unique and being different is such a power that you hold by being the only Black woman in the company. And I was like, oh, well, I've never thought about it that way.
And Prince knew exactly what he was talking about.
Next up, Misty Copeland. Misty Copeland's journey to becoming a ballet legend is nothing short of inspiring. She started ballet at 13, super late for the ballet world, right? But her raw talent was undeniable. By 1998, she snagged first place at the Los Angeles Music Center Spotlight Awards, and soon after, she landed a full scholarship with the American Ballet Theater, ABT. Fast forward, and by 2015, she made history as ABT's first ever African-American female principal dancer. Talk about breaking barriers. Misty's done it all, from starring as Clara in The Nutcracker to Juliet in Romeo and Juliet, and she's even dabbled in books with her memoir Life in Motion and the children's book Firebird. She's been on Broadway, toured with Prince as a dancer, and even appeared on reality shows like So You Think You Can Dance. No wonder Time magazine named her one of the 100 most influential people. But here's the fun part. Misty's connection with Prince started in 2009 when he reached out to her for his Crimson and Clover music video. After searching for her for over a year, he finally tracked her down at a ballet class, and it was the beginning of a special friendship. Prince didn't just see her as a dancer. He saw an artist with limitless potential. He invited Misty to tour with him, and she traveled the globe with him, a game changer for her. Prince pushed her to embrace her unique style and step outside the box of traditional ballet. He encouraged her to infuse more creativity and freedom into her performances, making her see herself as more than just a ballerina. Their bond lasted until Prince's passing in 2016, and Misty has spoken a lot about how his belief in her transformed her career. She credits him for helping her build the confidence to break barriers and become a trailblazer in the ballet world. Now, Misty's got a ton on her plate. She's working on a film called Flower, which dives into tough social issues like gentrification and homelessness. Plus, her foundation is all about making dance accessible to everyone. She's also been honored with the 2024 Heisman Humanitarian Award, and she'll be giving a keynote at Monticello's July 4th ceremony.
And his memory, well, the few memories that I have of him are extremely vivid. Yeah. Because my father was a very deep person, so.
And we have Nona Gaye. Nona Gaye, daughter of the legendary Marvin Gaye, had a pretty epic start to her career in the 90s. She came onto the scene as a singer, dropping her debut album, Love for the Future, and scoring a top 20 hit with I'm Overjoyed. Oh, and People magazine also crowned her one of the 50 most beautiful people in 1993. No big deal, right? But Nona wasn't just about the music. She signed with Ford Models, became the face of Armani, and even made waves in Hollywood, playing Z in The Matrix Reloaded and The Matrix Revolutions. Plus, she starred in a Prince-produced TV special called The Beautiful Experience. Now about Prince. Nona and Prince's relationship kicked off in the early 90s, when she was just 18 and he was 16 years older. The chemistry was undeniable, and they worked on some iconic tracks together, like the duet Love Sign and We March from Prince's The Gold Experience. Nona also backed him up on some of his songs and appeared in his Prince-produced TV special, The Beautiful Experience. Their connection lasted about 3 years, but it ended on a rough note. Prince proposed to Nona, but soon after, he married Mayte Garcia, which left Nona pretty heartbroken. Despite the tough ending, she's always credited Prince with being a huge influence on her life and career. Despite the heartbreak, Nona's always spoken highly of Prince, calling him a major influence in her life and career. These days, she's retired from acting, focuses on her personal life, and keeps her fans updated on social media. She's still remembered for her talents and for carrying on her dad's iconic legacy. And there you have it, Prince's leading ladies, each with a story that's as legendary as he was. These women weren't just sidekicks, they were the pulse of his creative world. From love to heartbreak to finding their own fame, they've experienced it all. If you're loving this inside scoop, don't forget to subscribe, hit that like button, and ring the bell so you never miss out on the drama, the music, or those iconic moments. See you next time.